Thank you for watching. My name is Deborah, and I am your spiritual counselor. Please consider subscribing for more content like this. To create changes in your outer world, you must begin within your internal thought processes and temperament. Everything in the universe moves in cycles: day and night, seasons, tides, emotions, energy, and even success and decline. Your very own life endures seasons. Nothing remains static. When considering the law of rhythm, we see the implications of this law that life flows like a pendulum, swinging between opposite poles, up and down, active and resting, expansion and contraction. Your vibrational frequency determines the altitude of the pendulum swing, and your temperament sets the tone of what manifests within that space. So let me say that again. Your vibrational frequency determines the intensity of the impact. It determines how high that pendulum is going to swing in your life. So it determines the altitude of the pendulum swing. And your temperament sets the tone of what manifests within that space. This law requires close observation of temperament because it connects itself to your vibration and impacts what you attract to yourself. Here's how that applies to daily life. The pendulum swings between the poles of vibrational frequency. Your temperament is attracting itself and everything like it to itself, and is also manifesting experiences that are coinciding with your same frequency. Therefore, if the vibrational frequency is high, then the swing is in that same high frequency, creating in that space. And then, of course, the opposite is also true. So let's consider the pendulum as vibration in motion. Every thought, emotion, and action has a vibrational frequency. You are communicating and emitting this frequency into the universe, whatever it is. You are emitting that frequency into the universe. It is literally touching everything in your world. You may not see that, but your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors, your temperament is touching everything in your world, which should be incentive to get that thing up, to feel better, to think higher thoughts. The law of rhythm governs the movement of your vibration. So the universe is watching, the universe is measuring, it's paying attention to what you are emitting. And it swings between poles like joy and sadness, abundance and scarcity, confidence and doubt. When your vibration is high, you are aligned with gratitude, love, and clarity. The pendulum is moving in that higher field. Your thoughts, your emotions resonate there. So naturally, your outer experiences mirror that inner frequency. Now, let's talk about temperament as the magnet of experience, because your temperament is literally acting as a magnet. And this is because your temperament is your emotional tone or your habitual vibration, and that part is why it is magnetic. If your temperament is peaceful and balanced, you attract experiences that match that energy. If your temperament shifts toward fear or irritation, you momentarily aligned with a different part of the vibrational field, and the pendulum swings accordingly. In this way, temperament isn't random. It's your point of attraction in the rhythmic cycle. This is where the law of rhythm, vibration, and attraction, even the law of correspondence, works together here, shaping your reality around you. And it's only going by what you tell it to go by. So it's only going to shape or going to manifest things that you say you're focusing on, that you say you're interested in, that you say you want by focusing on them. And at this time, your manifestations are taking place through a process. Think about it as if you put a seed in the ground, the seed has to go through the process of growth. And so, right now, this is exactly what's happening. Your manifestations are manifesting through process. So, what you may be experiencing right now in your life, it possibly was created, a month ago, or 2 months ago, or last year. And all of our words, all of our thoughts, and all of our emotions and feelings are very powerful. But just so that you know that it is through process, it may process overnight for you, but it may not. And so if it doesn't process overnight, then just know this is really the law of rhythm. The season that you have created in your life has not ended. And so as that season ends, you are to maintain this whole higher frequency until the change comes. So let's look at the other part of this. Conscious participation in the swing can be attained, right? Once you understand that the pendulum moves naturally, your power flows not in stopping the swing, but in raising its whole axis. Raising its whole axis. This is absolutely within your power to do. You do not have to do anything other than go within and start working on yourself. You can change your life by changing your thoughts, changing your feelings, by observing your temperament and choosing high vibration thoughts and feelings. You can elevate the entire rhythm of your life, even when the pendulum moves to its opposite side, challenge or rest. It still does so at the higher energetic level. Once you've gotten into that season, you want to stay in that season, so that when it swings back, it's still high, and then when it swings the other way, it's still high. That's what you're aiming at. But if you swing in another direction and a situation takes place, you cannot judge good or bad here. Think about the times that you thought it was good and it turned out to be the worst thing in your life. Think about the times that you thought it was bad and it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to you. This is why you can't tell what is good or bad. I mean, you can try and meditate on it and seek guidance, like outer guidance from higher entities. They may be able to direct you. But I'm telling you, is very difficult to determine. And so, in that way, we just have to accept all. We just accept it all, and we still maintain who and how we are. That is the job. That's the accomplishments. That's the objective, to maintain who and how you are despite what is happening in your life. So this practice is going to be you tuning into your emotionality, your behaviors, your thoughts, doing a self check, a self evaluation on a daily basis or weekly basis, however you decide to set it up. That is emotional awareness and self regulation. You will need this to raise your frequency. Our mood and energy naturally rise and fall. By observing your temperament or your emotional rhythm, you learn to ride the wave instead of fighting it. When you're in a low phase, or you when you're in a low phase, you practice patience and self-care instead of forcing productivity. Then when your energy is high, you use that creative surge to build, plan, and connect. The observation cultivates emotional intelligence and helps prevent burnout or despair during those low tides. The serenity prayer is a good concept to teach you, or to teach your internal mind to memorize. Your word is very powerful. What you constantly repeat by word, thought, or feelings will come true in your life. This is what makes affirmations and mantras so powerful. The serenity prayer is a well known prayer. In part, it says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time. It was written by an American theologian, Reinhold Niebuhr. The prayer's central message is about finding peace through acceptance, courage, and wisdom, focusing on what is within one's control. Now, this may require you to adopt some relaxation techniques. The law of rhythm reminds us that timing is everything. There are times for growth and times for reflection, times for speaking, and times for silence. Sometimes when things in our lives get out of control, the only thing to do is to get quiet and to get still. Say nothing, just get quiet and get still. Alter any lower frequency energy you may be carrying by facing it, examining it, and determining its origins, and then releasing it. Following that serenity prayer and accepting the things that you cannot change, or changing the things that you can, meditating to tap into your higher self for wisdom. It may seem to others that you are doing nothing, but by attuning to your daily temperament, your personal rhythms, or mental clarity, you can make choices in harmony with the flow rather than against it. This create greater ease and synchronicities in our daily actions. It is also indicating that your frequency is on the rise. So that serenity prayer, it actually, you can memorize that as an affirmation or even a mantra. and say it daily, and you will grow. It will come true. This prayer will be answered just by you saying it on a daily basis. So, what does it mean when we say have compassion for yourself and others? When you notice that everyone has their own rhythm of learning, their own rhythm of healing or expressing, you develop patience and empathy. And this is more than a notice. This is an acceptance. You have to accept this, that everybody has their own rhythm of learning, healing, or expressing, and that through that you should develop patience and empathy. You stop judging yourself or others for being in a winter phase. Not everyone is called to your level of growth. Give grace to others as they live through their own lessons and follow their own paths. This is a big one for the global culture because many folks believe that we should all think the same way, respond the same way, or have the same understanding of things. Your spiritual rhythm is showing you that you are responsible for your own lessons and only you can walk your specific path. Relax with the world and raise your perceptions about it. Remember, mainstream media is not reporting 90% of the wonderful daily actions of humans. There is a good amount of positive interactions that go unnoticed by the media, but the universe is watching. Spiritual growth is an automatic when you follow these practices daily. Observing rhythm trains you to see that change is not loss, but part of the divine. This awareness brings faith and steadiness, a knowing that even when the tide pulls back, it will rise again. In essence, the law of rhythm invites us to observe, not resist, but by aligning with our inner and outer cycles, meaning practicing keeping our temperament in the same frequency to what we desire to see in our lives. Thank you for watching and consider subscribing to our channel for more content just like this.